Okay, Brody. Before we start, I just want to remind you that everything we talk about is confidential. So anything you discuss with me stays between me and you, unless for some reason you tell me that you plan on harming yourself or hurting someone. Okay?
Okay.
So, it's come to my attention in the last few weeks. Behavior has been getting a little bit worse in your classroom. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. Past 2 days, it's been better than it was. But 3 days, we just got back from break and everything. And then we haven't been to school for a while. And then we just had 5-day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
We've had a lot of breaks this month, haven't we? So do you think that's helping your behavior or making it worse?
Probably making it worse.
What do you mean?
But at school, I get to adjust to it. Then as soon as I get home, I relax a little bit more. And then when I get back to school, I'm still relaxed. And then I get in trouble like that.
So are there different things that you get in trouble for at home versus at school?
Other than not doing your chores and stuff like that now.
Okay. So is home pretty much it's more relaxed, you say?
Yeah.
So what are your responsibilities at home?
I have to vacuum the living room and down the hallway, sweep the hallway by the door in the kitchen and dining room, and then mop the kitchen and dining room.
Every day?
Yeah.
Really?
It's really quick, though, when you do it.
Is it?
It only takes 10 minutes.
What are some responsibilities that you have at school?
Finishing work, homework, listening to the teachers, and behaving.
Behaving. So why is that more difficult at school than at home?
Because at home, you can, all you have to do is listen to the adults, do it, respond to what they say yes, yes ma'am, yes sir, do what they ask you to do, and do your chores.
So you don't have to do that at school?
You have to respond to the teachers, but the only other thing you'd have to do at home is do chores.
So do you feel like there's too much for you to do at school?
No, it just gets, when I get really relaxed, and then I have to sit back up like this and get ready for school and stuff.
So you mean
I have to get used to switching back and forth.
So being more relaxed at home, being versus more like a student or more studious at school? Is that a hard thing to transition to?
Not always. If I focus on it and I keep thinking that I'm going to have a good day, sit at my desk, read my book, listen, just imagine having a good day basically. I'll probably have one.
So why do you think some days you don't have a good day?
Because I probably completely forgot about that. I come into school after getting off the bus, having fun and talking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And so that starts your day off differently than it should be?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some things that you've been doing in class that have been getting you in trouble?
Talking, playing, kicking, and punching, stuff like that.
Do you do those kind of things at home?
No. No
siblings to punch?
No.
No?
Sometimes me and my stepbrother would slap box, but other than that.
Slap box. So is there more things at school that are distracting to you or that make you want to get off task?
No.
So why do you think you behave differently at school than at home?
I mean, someone on the bus probably affects my day mostly, too.
Is it somebody you sit next to?
No, I like the kids I sit next to. It's just we'd start talking and playing around a lot, and then as soon as I get in school, I would have to stop talking and playing.
Okay, so
then I'd have to adjust to that really quickly.
So that transition between a good fun time and then trying to be a responsible student, sometimes that's difficult to transition. So what do you think there are some things that you can do to make that transition better for you?
Like I said earlier, focusing on what I want to do, just not talking to anyone else, boxing everyone out until recess and lunch, stuff like that.
Okay, so trying to focus on what you're supposed to be doing, your morning work and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but you mean so it's not a particular person or anything like that, it's just for you, it's just transitioning from being comfortable to knowing that you need to be responsible, that's being difficult. It's difficult for you.
Yeah. In the beginning, it was like right after Christmas break. It was like the talking and playing around and stuff, but I would do it with other people who were like doing that in the back of the classroom, then I'd join them doing it.
Why do you think you were joining them?
I don't know, probably because, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably I was either like bored or something. We were doing like the go noodle thing, and like we're all dancing around, and there's like the kids back there playing around.
So it looks more fun.
I'd probably go back there and play around.
So what happens though when you get in trouble at school? What happens?
It depends on what it is. Like, if I was just playing in the back of the room or up out of my seat when I needed to, when I get home, that's not too bad. Like, I might get in trouble a little bit. But then at lunch, if I'm, like, shaking the cafeteria table.
Shaking the cafeteria table? Tell me about that. Like, literally shaking the table?
Yeah. And, like, getting out of my seat for almost all day, doing the same thing repeatedly.
So you can tell me what goes through your mind to want to shake a table?
I don't know. Someone else was doing it, so then for some reason, I thought it was
a good idea.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that different times in the classroom you see other people doing things and that you gravitate towards them and want to do those things too. And then at the cafeteria when someone is doing something that might look fun or interesting, even though, do you think it's always a good idea? No? You still want to join them. So do you think you're going towards peers that aren't the most responsible?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Probably because I would either get bored of something or I was just interested in what they were doing or saying, maybe I might not get away with maybe I might get away with this or something like that.
Oh, is that what you're thinking? That maybe you'll get away with it?
Sometimes.
Do you get away with a lot of things at home?
Not all the time. Like, some days I might be able to get away with not doing my chores, but I'd have to do it the next day. But other than that, no.
So do you have any friends or peers that you go to that are leaders, that are responsible? Or do you just pull towards the ones that are making choices that aren't always the best?
Sometimes I'd pull to other people, like at the lunch table now, where I'm sitting at now. I'm sitting by Andrea and Colby and Soraya and Gwen and Chase.
So those people are more responsible?
Yeah.
So it makes you want to do more responsible things? So you think maybe if you try to always surround yourself with people who are good role models, that maybe you'll choose to make those good choices too?
Yeah.
Because it sounds to me like a lot of the times you're choosing to be friends with someone or go a direction with people who aren't very responsible, and then you end up getting in trouble. And at home, you're saying do you have any siblings at home?
Just my stepbrother.
How old is he?
13. Yeah.
Do y'all get along?
Yeah.
But y'all don't do irresponsible things together? No. Are y'all different, or y'all have the same personalities, or y'all that?
We have the same personalities. Like, we're both not the kids who would kick a kid and say, "He did it," and get them in trouble.
Okay.
We would either confess to it, or we're not the kids who would we're not the kids who would constantly tattle on someone over and over again.
Gotcha.
And like tell on everyone who does something.
So y'all don't tattle on each other?
No.
So y'all trust each other? But he tends to make good choices?
Yeah. I also look up to him a little bit because he's been living with his dad and he knows his dad's hard on him and me.
And his dad is your stepdad?
Yeah. So he knows like how his stepdad acts and how he's like. So every now and then, like, I could see when he gets in trouble and know what not to do, and he could see what I get in trouble.
Kind of following in his footsteps.
Yeah.
You said stepdad's kind of, like, did you say hard? What you said?
It's not like, it's like he knows that we're smart and stuff like that, so he wants us to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
So like if we get in trouble for something stupid, we would get in trouble there.
Gotcha. Because he thinks that if you are, because you academically you're gifted, right? You're in the AIG program, so he thinks if you are capable of, producing quality work at school, that you should be able to act the same way.
Yeah, same thing with my stepbrother. He's in AIG too.
Oh, he is.
So yeah.
So, 2 gifted kiddos in the house, and they want you to make sure that you're being responsible all the time too and making good choices.
Yeah.
It's understandable, but at the same time, you are a kid. Like, it's okay to get in trouble sometimes and to act out and whatnot, but like your teachers have lots of kiddos in their class, and you want to be a role model, don't you?
Like, it's okay to do one thing that's really small, and then get home and I wouldn't get in trouble for that. Like, I might get talked to or something like that and say not to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But suppose, like, I talked out of turn one time today, I wouldn't get in that much trouble at home. But if I talked out of turn, like, 20 times today, yeah.
You'd get in trouble. Mm-hmm. So your teacher talks back and forth to your mom and lets her know that things are going on and whatnot. Teacher also tells your mom when you're having a good day. That's good. So, did I make it stop? Oh, I didn't realize the timer